Hey everyone, Sandra here. I wanted to take some time today to just talk with you about what the Nurse RX program and community is looking like these days. It has undergone a few shifts and changes over the last few months, and so I wanted to just touch in here with you and share with you what is happening. Um, so the Nurse RX program and community have become an integrated integrated pieces, but they also are separate. So the program content has now all been put online. And so there is a private platform where all of the 12 weeks of content, of videos, of practices and exercises and tools and resources and so much stuff is packed into each week that really has you taking opportunities to dig into yourself, to increase your awareness of your life and the different challenges that you're facing and the different pockets of your life that are not aligned, that are not serving you. It allows you to engage in different practices to heal our wounds, to be looking at these aspects of ourselves that are hurt, have maybe experienced betrayal, or maybe rejection, or abuse, or the whole gamut of ways that we can be hurt in life. But there is so many different practices and ways that we can start to shift those experiences so that they're not weighing on us and keeping us stuck and blocked, that they actually can shift and open up, and we can find more expansion and create start creating our lives more in alignment with what is best for us as an individual. And so the way the program is kind of constructed is that the first half is about clearing through our muck. And so I use the term muck a lot because it's just kind of it's one word to describe all the heaviness that we can go through, because there's so much that we can go through. A lot of it connected to each other, a lot of it our own individual experiences, maybe it's ancestral, collective, cultural. There's so many different things that we can start taking on over our lifetime that allow us to sink into this space of feeling stuck or lost, or where we just don't really have a sense of what is right for us anymore. We're feeling lost and confused about how to move forward. And in order to find the clarity to move forward, we have to work through the muck first. Because it's like I'm trying to see through a window, I'm trying to see what's on the other side and where I'm supposed to go, but it's clouded, it's full of dirt and mud, and I can't see through it. But as I start to work through these different practices to process stress, to navigate my emotions, to feel my emotions, to release my emotions, and I start to look at these hurt, wounded aspects of myself and shift. I start to look at my mindset and some of the doubtful, critical ways that my mind is not serving me, and start to shift and create new beliefs. All of that is the muck. And as we work through that process together, we won't get through it all in 6 weeks, let's be real. But the first half is about creating a foundation of those practices that you can use to continue to clear up your window. Because by the end of those 6 weeks, you've got some clear space in the window. You're able to see through, you're able to see possibility and hope and potential, and you're starting to see what areas of your life are not serving you and are not aligned, where they are requiring your attention to create some shifts and some changes. And then we really sink into the second part of the program, which is about creating those changes and rebuilding the foundations, which are, self-love, our worthiness, self-trust, creating boundaries, healthy relationships, knowing what our core values are, and all of those pieces that really help us to stand strong in who we are and feel confident and comfortable in who we are, so that we can make decisions in our life from that grounded, strong place of empowerment. And so that's the online program. And as you move through, there's 12 weeks of content, and you'll just, you can move through at your own pace. And each week you'll also find there's a Kundalini yoga practice that complements that particular topic. There's meditations that complement that particular subject that we're going through that week. And as you flow through at your own pace, it really, you also have the community there to show up for support or to ask questions, or you can lean into me and ask more individual questions. And that really kind of ties into the community aspect of the program. And so the community aspect, so when you purchase the program, the Nurse RX program, the online content, you also get 3 months of access to the community. And the community consists of 2 weekly calls that you can show up for. And I highly recommend that that is the priority of those 12 weeks is yes, moving through the content, setting aside time in order to move through those different exercises and actually do the work, not just skim over it or be like, I'll come back to that later. I'll just watch the next video instead of doing the work. Doing the work is essential. And then coming to the community on the Mondays, we show up together and it's a space for us to receive individual support. So people in the group will volunteer to come into the healing seat and they'll get an opportunity to have some focused, very directed coaching with me on a particular challenge that you are facing in your particular life and your experiences. And then those that are also attending the call observe. And now there is learning to be had in both of those. There is massive transformation that happens by sharing our story and by digging through different challenges that we're having and being witnessed and having space held for us to do that also creates shifts inside of us. But observing is a healing and learning experience too, because what becomes so apparent when we are in a group setting and listening to others share their stories is that we become connected to that common thread that weaves between us all. When someone else is feeling grief about their particular situation, it sparks something inside of each of us because we've all experienced grief in some way in our lives. When someone is feeling sadness or betrayal or rejection or anger, we've all experienced something in our life that connects that. And so when we show up in a group space, which is why I almost exclusively do group work now, is there is something magical that happens to us on this really deep level that allows us to shift even just by listening to other people's stories. And so that's our Monday calls in the community. And then on the Wednesdays, during your 12 weeks, on the Wednesdays, we also circle up. And that is a smaller group. That's the group that's currently moving through their 12 weeks. And when we come to those calls, it's about practice. It's about sharing and connecting and actually engaging in some of these different tools and practices that I'm introducing to you. And so we'll show up, we will connect, we'll, check in if there's any questions or things have come up as you've moved through the course content and you want to ask questions about them or you want to just kind of share your experience. That's the time to do that. And then we'll move through some kind of experience together. And sometimes that's Kundalini yoga. It's frequently meditation. Sometimes we're dancing, sometimes we're, doing reflective self-awareness, journaling type of exercises together. And so that in a nutshell is the program and the online community. In addition to that, there is also a private Telegram thread. So in between our calls, we can stay connected. We can share our successes, we can share where we're struggling, and we can support each other. There is one absolutely critical element to the work that I do, and that is creating a safe space. And so that is my ultimate priority, is to create a safe, secure container for us to show up into. We can't heal if we are guarded, if we feel like we have our defenses up and we feel afraid or worried or anxious or held back in any way. We need to be able to drop our swords, to drop our armor, to show up vulnerably. But in order to do that, we have to feel safe. And so a big part of what I do is creating that safe space. And connected to that is an expectation that those coming into the space are also prioritizing that. And safety means different things for for all of us, but at a very foundational place is that we won't be judged and that we won't be criticized, that we will be accepted, that we will be seen, that we will be heard, that we will be loved, no matter what. No matter what. So no matter if I believe something different than you or you believe something different than Sally on the call, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what color we are. It doesn't matter where we came from. It doesn't matter what gender or what we choose in our lives. It doesn't matter what our individual beliefs are. Our individuality is what makes us unique. But coming into this space, it's important that we're able to feel that all of the ways that I am unique is going to be accepted in this space, that I can share about how I am struggling and how I am succeeding thing and not feel afraid of judgment or shame or somebody discriminating against me or rejecting me because of what I believe. This is so essential. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because we have a ton of division right now in our world and in our nursing profession. And so we don't have a lot of safe spaces where we can come and we can share and we can just be vulnerable and have somebody hold us through that. And so this is what I am doing. And if it feels like that is something you would like to be a part of, I welcome you into our space, because it is magical and powerful, and it's truly, from my perspective, it's an honor. And I have, every call, I have a heart full of gratitude for the women who are showing up and who are digging in and who are allowing themselves to drop their armor and be vulnerable and share and be held. And for those that are doing the holding and the supporting, it is amazing. And it's what I really feel in so deep inside of me. It's what I feel we need as a whole to heal, not just as individuals, but as a culture, as a world. We need this kind of authentic connection and an opportunity for us to share and to be seen and loved, no matter what. So if this feels like something you want to be a part of, you know where to find me. And every month there is admission opens for the group. So the first Monday of every month is an opportunity for you to start your journey with the NurseRx program and community. And I would love to have you.